Get my light right. What is good? What is good, everyone? We got a couple different news topics to speak on tonight. We are live. Mikey T, the movie star, Report Card Radio. All the hottest news in the industry that you're going to see is right here on this channel, you guys. Whether it has to do with your favorite rappers that are in the underground or your favorite rappers in the mainstream. I want everybody from IG to head over to my YouTube and tap in with me right now. We are going live. We are going. Yo, AKA E Mills, that shows me how new you are to the game because I met Ab all the way back in 2013. So I want to ask you, E Mills, have you ever met Arab? Have you ever looked him in the eye? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to ask you that question because you sound like a major buster. But while everyone else is waiting, while we're waiting for that chump's response, I want everybody to come join me on YouTube Live. We are on YouTube Live tonight, you guys. Come on, come mess with me over on YouTube Live, everyone. I want to see that cornball's response, though, talking about how I met Arab live. Have you been a fan of OBH since 2016 or something, dude? Cornball. What up? Death of the Clout Chaser, bro. I was actually going to send you this link. Check your DM on Twitter right now, bro. I'm about to send you the link. I was just promoting it on IG and shit. Okay, Death of the Clout Chaser. About to send it to my bro so we can get Death of the Clout Chaser in here. Major salute. Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight. Young D, major salute to you on the tapping in. What you smoking? Hulk Strong? Nah, I'm smoking on some major gas, though. Smoking on some gas, you heard? Samantha Smith, appreciate you on the tap in. Tony Phoenix, major salute. Major salute, everybody. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Everyone hit the link in my bio. Come join me on YouTube right now. We're just getting going. Okay, let me get this up. Appreciate everybody. Share this video. Let's go. Share this video, everyone. Share this video. I'm just about to post on the gram right now. Just about to post on the gram to let everybody know that we're live. But I'm about to bring in my bro, one of the hottest bloggers out there. About to bring in my bro, Death of the Clout Chaser TV. So get ready for that. Share this video, hit that like button, everyone, and let's go. And let's go. Death of the Clout Chaser.
Yo, what's good, family?
Death of the Clout Chaser TV in the building, man. Major salute. I was actually just watching your video, man, about the update on Little Reese.
Yeah, that's it's they saying that it's a strange situation, man. Even the police think it's strange, but because they don't have the shooter, he got away, so they got to go with everybody's story, pretty much.
Yeah, I heard you saying that the shooter actually was not right there on the ground with them, but actually up in like a third-story window or something along those lines.
Yeah, he was on the third floor, in the parking garage, and they on the news article that was on, I believe the Chicago Tribune, they even spoke to a witness who said that they came out their house, they heard like two shots. They hopped in their vehicle and started heading down in the parking garage, and when they got to the third floor, they seen the dude, shooting.
So have you figured out where they actually were, bro? Like, was this like a parking garage for like an outdoor mall? Was it a parking garage
Condominium.
for a living
They said
facility?
they said that also in the Chicago Tribune article that it was a condominium, which is
Okay.
a lot of people say that I'll say allegedly that Lil Reese's girlfriend lives in that area.
Yep. Yep. Or somebody that he knows. Because what I had heard was that Little Reese came down to meet these guys that were in the SRT, and I'm not sure if they had weed or I'm not sure if they were bringing him to go get weed, but it was one of the two. Is that still the accurate story from what I read the other day on Media Takeout?
Yeah, same story. That's pretty much what they going with. Where the 55-year-old, it wasn't his SRT who you heard on camera. It wasn't his SRT. It was his son car, and he
Right.
was going to go retrieve it for his son. And just so happened when he rolled up, they said that he seen Lil Reese and he seen the dudes in the car. And I even mentioned that on my live a few days ago. Like, it's something similar because that's probably why Lil Reese got attacked. See, they had guns. They probably tried to drive off. Lil Reese still, outside of the vehicle, so he's one getting beat. You know what I mean?
So was it the guy's dad? Was it the 55-year-old guy that actually ended up beating up Little Reese, or you don't really know?
Yeah, yeah. He said it on on video. He was like, "I beat your ass," so it's a
Right.
guarantee he did it. He said it
Right.
on that video when he was screaming. He was like, "Yo, I beat your ass," you know.
Like when the security guard was subduing Little Reese, like when he was holding his arms on the ground, and then somebody actually came over and did something like this to Reese. There was like, "Yeah, I beat your ass," and he like put his face, or
Yeah,
put not his face, but his hand into the camera. You know?
yeah. He was either throwing up a gang sign or dropping one. A lot of people online, fans reacting. They saying that basically he was dropping the rakes.
Now, yo, this isn't something that's really that out of the ordinary, man. I remember growing up, and when older kids would steal bikes from younger kids, sometimes you would have the dad straight up going whoop the other dad's ass of the kid, or go and strong arm the kid and steal the bike back. This is kind of a common
Hmm.
thing, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. I seen that before as well. It happened to me when I was a shorty. Somebody stole my bike, and we went and tracked it down like a couple of hours later. He had already
Right.
spray painted and everything, but my people was about to get on his daddy ass because his daddy wasn't really like no street dude. He just had a badass son at the time.
So, yo, bro, I really want to ask you, like, the question that everybody's asking right now, man. Like, what do you make of Little Reese being who he is, still getting caught up in situations like this? This comes 18 months after he got shot in the throat in that high-speed chase.
Yeah, I make it of like shit. Reese, where he come from, they definitely survived a lot of different things. Him surviving many wars, I wouldn't say like it's karma or something. It's just something that's happening to him. I don't think that he could have did anything different. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think he can do anything different. I think these events still would have probably took place because whatever energy he's putting out there, maybe in the past or even now.
Yeah, and it's about being at the like just being in the wrong place at the wrong time as well. I mean, because like you said, like he's just doing what he was doing on a regular basis, calling up his homies like, "Yo, I just ran out of weed. I want to go pick up some pack." You know what I mean? Just his everyday lifestyle. But it seems to me that these people were already tracking. They were already tracking the car. They were following where the car was going. And then when these guys went to go pick up Reese, it just seemed like an opportune moment for them to jump on him. Or is the story that Reese was with the guys with the SRT for several hours?
I haven't heard the several hours part. Like I even heard that
Okay.
his family was releasing statements saying that like basically Reese don't even know them at all. Like he wasn't guiding them into the parking lot. It was just some random shit. Like he was just outside. Then this took place. But it's interesting. I say it the least. But they know what went down in that garage.
He sure
They
caught an
know,
ass
but you
whooping
know
over it, though.
how the streets go.
You know, he sure caught a serious
You say he
ass
shouldn't have
whooping.
called an ass whooping over it?
Well, I mean, you know, it's like that's why I say wrong place, wrong time. If this OG, you know, if this kid's dad who maybe put down the down payment for the vehicle, like he probably had fire in his eyes. He probably wanted to beat anybody's ass who was on the scene that had something to do.
Yeah,
Or, you know, he didn't know if Reese was with them for several hours or if they just picked him up. I don't, maybe he didn't know. Yep.
yeah. You right. That's like, but they clearly knew. Like, I don't know. After the beating it, they figure out it was Reese, but they definitely knew it was Reese when that camera was on, because the lady was screaming like, "Little Reese, you need to stop. See, your ass still ain't learned." So it was almost like they was trying to teach him a lesson or something. But that's even crazy how like the general public, like, would even think that. Like, he shit, I ain't really seen him in the news like that. Well, I seen him with 6ix9ine maybe a few months ago, but
Right.
not so much in the news though, really. And for people to say like, "Yo, you still ain't learned, and you need to learn," and all this shit, I'm like, wow, man,
Well, you know,
it's interesting stuff at the least. Like I said,
I think they take that back to the way that Chief Keef and Little Dirk used their situation to blow up. You know, at one point, Little Reese was ahead of Little Dirk, right behind Chief Keef. So I think they really mean it in that regard. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I think they mean it like you still haven't learned, like you haven't made it
Mhm.
out, you're still here messing around in the hood. You got an opportunity, like you got an opportunity to make it further. And like Chief Keef, I was talking about it
And
the
you
other day.
into this type of stuff.
Yeah. Chief Keef, you know, has an opportunity where he moved to California. You know, I think that was more so based on the rehab that he was doing. But then Little Dirk also took his efforts to Atlanta, whereas Little Reese is in Chicago still.
Yeah. And Lil Reese, Lil Reese was out of town once upon a time. He was out of town. He did move from Chicago, but as his career didn't do like as well as the others, like a Chief Keef or a Lil Durk, you know, you seen him come back to Chicago
Right. Right.
because
And
he
then
definitely moved. Like during that first wave, he definitely moved. I think I started seeing him more in Chicago after like Fredo Santana died. I started like seeing more lives. Like he was popping up. They was like, "Yo, he in the city." That was a few
okay.
years ago.
Okay. And then also right after he had got shot, I saw that Little Reese was brought in closer to Little Dirk as if Dirk was going to start keeping him around more. You know what I mean? Because you know, a lot of the guys that Little Dirk and Chief Keef have around, they've got a name, but they don't have that big of a name. So it's like they're just sort of like, you know, nobody looks at the guys around Little Dirk and Chief Keef like they're going to blow up like a King Von. You know what I mean? So I really thought after
Yeah,
Reese got shot that Little Dirk was going to keep him closer. But as I said, that was November 2019. The pandemic hit months later.
yeah.
Yep.
But
So
I
I
don't think it's so much because like Dirk probably thought that King Von was gonna hit, but they got like 15 other dudes from the same neighborhood. So at that point, it's just like, man, keep grinding, and whoever hit, then shit, keep putting the team on. Cause like right now, I'm starting to see a lot of Memo 600. Memo 600, he getting posts from Say Cheese now. I'm starting to see him more so like in the coming months. You're gonna see him more in the front in the far as like the next artist coming out of that camp.
that's what's up, man. Memo 600.
So I don't think like Lil Durk, like to go back to what his name Memo 600, but to go back to what you said, like when it comes to Lil Durk, probably like, but you got to think Lil Reese been shot in his neck by this time. You know what I'm saying? So shit, if he thought he was a savage, then he thinking like, man, like they can't take me out, or you know what I mean? You can only imagine his mind state at that time, at this time now.
And you know, bro, I was just thinking like if if the pandemic hadn't hit, Little Dirk would have been doing 100 shows, 100 plus shows in 2020, and
Yeah,
I only can only feel like he would have brought Little Reese around a lot, bro.
Yeah, you're right. But Chief Keef still doing he's still doing shows. He's still doing shows, but like I said, it's just like I guess people outgrow, or I don't know, what their relationship is like besides like the videos. But Lil Reese definitely don't seem like he be on a day to day with like how Ball Out is with Chief Keef, or how Tato is with Chief Keef, or
Right.
how Lil Durk and
Vaughn
some of
was
his
with.
artists is.
Yep. How Vaughn was at first. And yeah, but I honestly think, man, just my opinion as well. I honestly think that Little Dirk was gonna bring Reese around because he would have been that bigger name. You know what I mean? He would have been that bigger name, and they could have fixed that. They could have fixed that bag. They could have got it back on the right track, I think.
Yeah, maybe he just dropped too. He got a new tape on that Piff. Been out like a couple of weeks.
So let me just ask you, man, then about how Little Reese's career has been affected by his voice. You know what I mean? By his voice getting taken from him, man. Like how much do you think that's really affected his career?
A lot. He don't sound the same, but he seemed like he able to shake back, but it took him a little minute before he started back releasing that music, even releasing that type of music. And we seen that similar thing happen to Benny Siegel. When he had voice box issues, he had fell back from the game for a minute. I guess to build up the voice or whatever, and come back crushing. But Benny Siegel, he still ain't. I mentioned him because his situation is longer than Reese, and he still haven't, been able to recover when it comes down to the music.
Right, right. From a loss of a lung, I want to say, and it really just it made his voice a lot more soft. Like his voice wasn't as hard. It was a lot more raspy, a lot more like a whisper. But yeah, that
Yeah,
whole
no, you're right,
situation
100%.
that whole situation is really messed up with Little Reese. 'Cause I was shocked, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was shocked when I read the internet that day. I saw a report, Little Reese shot, and I was like, "Yo, this has to be a." I'm like, "Yo, this has to be a freaking an old thread." You know what I mean? I'm like, "This has to be an old thread that just
Right.
popped again." So yeah, they're saying
Nah, it's real.
it actually happened
Definitely
early
real.
morning. Yeah. Yeah, so the incident actually began before 10 a.m.
Yeah, did you see that? You find that Chicago Tribune article?
Yep. I actually just found the Chicago Tribune article. So they were actually on the third level of the garage, and then another person
Right.
appeared and opened fire on the car. The motive of the shooter was unclear. The car sped off and then crashed. Wow, this is crazy, man. This is crazy.
They talking about the witness too, right? It's the witness who seen it all too, right?
They say a witness described it as a weird series of events in the garage connected to a luxury high rise condominium. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I imagine it would be a weird series of events if, people pull up to that car and they're like, yo, you stole my car, man. What the hell's going on? And then little Reese is like, what are you talking about? I didn't steal your car. I got money.
Right.
I got all types of money. Uh, you don't think it was a situation where they were trying to sell Reese a stolen car? I think it's more probably like a situation where Reese's homies hit him up and they're not going to tell him they got a stolen whip. They just want to go joyride with a superstar, which I think that's more of the predictable answer.
Yeah, or they his ops. You know what I'm saying? They his ops, and they was trying to do something to him because, like I said, I heard that his girlfriend lives in that area.
Right, right,
In Chicago, when they looking for you, they keep going back to places where you visit.
right.
To see if they can catch you. And in Chicago, if you look at even with the rappers, a lot of the death happens in the morning. That's when they decide to slide.
It's good, Cat. What's popping with you? What were you saying? What was that last line you said, bro?
I was saying, like, far as like the rappers,
In the
you know, a
morning.
lot of times, like, just using the rappers for example from Chicago who's died. You know, there's tons of other people I can use, but just using the rappers so everybody know, um, they usually do drills during the morning time. So them guys could have been Lil Reese ops, you know, trying to do something to him. Because like I said, it's a place familiar to Reese because his girlfriend lives in that area.
Right. Right.
It
And
wouldn't
that's
be
another.
unusual for them to be circling. It's like somebody knowing where your mother lives, circling your mama crib. You know what I mean?
And that actually is another reason that Little Reese couldn't just up and leave, or that's another reason that Little Reese was drawn back, to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like all these ties is what continuously pulls him back. Never mind the fact that, if you got, I imagine if you're in Chicago, I never been to Chicago, but if you have $4,000 or $5,000 in your pocket in Chicago, you're pretty much the man.
Yeah, pre-COVID, but after COVID it's different. That's
Talk to
why
me,
it's not
bro.
unusual for, like I said, like pre-COVID, probably that you'll probably be like 5,000, but like since we've been in COVID, it's a lot of people with money out there now. That's why it's not unusual to see like them shorties or somebody that look like them driving it's an $80,000 whoop.
I hear you, bro. Yep, you're absolutely right, man. Since COVID, everyone has actually started to get money. So you are right. But like in my area, I'm in Connecticut, smaller area. So it's like I always said since I was younger, if you got $400 or $500 in your pocket, you're the man around here.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine, like little Reese grew up in that area, so he really knows how to work it. So with a couple extra bucks in his pocket, he can go to all of his little stores that he always used to go to and get, juices, get Dutches, go see the weed man every day for $125 if you want to. That's just the type of lifestyle he was living,
Right.
I think.
Right. Yeah, that could be, exactly. And like people say about the dispensaries in Chicago, it is dispensaries in Chicago, but they charging like damn near $90 for an eighth, So
Right.
like street price, looking at like $50 for some good.
Okay, because that was another thing I had brought up. Little Reese probably could have had marijuana delivered to his crib. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
He didn't even have
he
to
could
leave
have
the crib.
definitely had, it delivered. Nah.
And I'm not even talking
It's one
about
up the street from that place right there. There's one like 2 blocks down the street.
right, right. And I'm not even talking from an illegal source, like I'm not even talking about having his homies bring it. I'm talking about like a DoorDash type thing where they'll literally bring it right to your doorstep. Like there's other methods you can take, to avoid situations like this.
No, absolutely. I'm sure like that's what like Chief Keef, but you think about it, like Chief Keef, he got his own strand and shit, but I ain't seen tons of videos where he just, saying minding his business and somebody just give his ass a big bag of that shit.
Yeah. And bigger guys like a Rick Ross, like a
Yeah,
Chief,
Rick Ross.
they'll be at their mansion, they'll be at their mansion, mini mansion, and they'll have somebody
Lucci.
literally come there with a pound of weed or something like, or multiple pounds of weed, you know. But honestly, Little Reese was probably in a different predicament, like I said, where he was probably going to buy a half ounce here, ounce there. Or you think I'm way off,
Mm-hmm.
bro?
I don't know. I think I think it's like it's definitely alone that because they said it. That's what Lil Reese said to the police. He said that he was trying to buy some weed. So we definitely have to go with that narrative. You know what I mean? Because that's what they said, and they released them, and they haven't charged anyone.
All right. So what do you make about that, man? Little Reese actually telling the police he was going to buy some weed. Is that wrong?
No, I don't think so. That's not like that's something different. Like weed is like if he was saying that he like if he got like if it was years ago when weed would get you some charges and shit like that, yeah, maybe it'd be questionable, because it's like somebody saying like they going to go get some crack or some shit from down, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they tell the police that, and police like, okay, so who gave it to you? Then that
Weed
person's
is
in jail.
legal.
Yeah, weed is
Weed is legal.
legal.
Let me see. No comment says, "What's up, Mikey T? What's up, Death of the Clout Chaser? Do you still shoot music videos? Did you ever shoot music videos, bro?"
Nah.
No. All right. Maybe he was asking me that because I had actually shot a music video for Chinks at one point.
Yeah, he
Hey,
talking about, yeah. That's
if the
dope.
budget's right, man. If the
Which one
budget,
was it?
it was called "Keep It Moving."
Oh, 100.
Chinks, keep it moving. Yeah, go check that shit out when you get a chance, man. Shit was pretty lit. We actually shot that in Far Rock, Queens. But yeah, man.
Dope, dope. Did you see what they said about the Lil Reese being blind?
Well, the first report I read was that Little Reese was grazed in the thigh. Then they started
Yeah.
saying he was grazed in the hip. And then the next day I read a report that he was grazed in the eye. So was he actually hit?
Yeah, they pretty much fixed it with it. Yeah, he was grazed in the eye, and the reports went out that people said that they talked to his family, and they said that he was, the doctor said that he was going blind. And his family just released a statement not too long ago. His girlfriend did, and she was basically saying that ain't nobody talked to Lil Reese family. Lil Reese is not blind.
Thank God. Imagine
That's
him
what she
losing.
said. That's crazy.
Imagine him losing another important, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, he's already at this point lost his voice to a certain extent. We're hoping, like Beanie Siegel, like you said, Beanie waited years to recover. Now talking about losing his vision, like, I mean, come on, like how much more could somebody take, man?
No
But
fact.
when you watch the video, I was sort of looking to see, was he shot in the leg? Like, I was looking at his legs. His legs seemed to be in positions that you wouldn't really be in if you got shot in them. One of his legs were sitting up like this. Another one was folded back. Then I was looking to see if the arms were shot. But one thing I didn't really notice, I didn't notice the blood that was around the eye because I was more concerned with the blood that seemed to be surrounding his teeth.
Oh yeah, it was a lot going on with him, man. It was a lot going because like he was leaking from like his eye or his, the way he was positioned. It could have came from his mouth and drew down. It came, by his eye, but at the same time, it's like damn. Then like even I just thought about it, like going back to that the snitch thing. I'm pretty sure Reese had the opportunity to press charges on dude. I'm pretty sure they
Right.
gave him the opportunity to
Right.
press charges on the dude.
For kicking his ass straight up.
Because like you said, he was beat bad. He was beat bad, and dude admitted to it on camera.
Yeah, I saw like when I was watching the video, I was like, yo, if you stop it at the 43-second mark, you can see the whole side of Reese's face is just dented and like bulging out. So I was thinking, I was speculating if he had been shot, potentially his head banged against the wall. You saw he was like behind that bike rack. I was thinking potentially he you know what I mean? I was thinking potentially he actually banged his head on that or maybe even the ground. You know what I mean? But it seems like that dude stomped him out, bro.
Yeah, dude was claiming that he did. He was like, man, he beat him bad. But if you think about it, like I said, even what they saying, the dude pulled up right as they enter in the garage, right? So the dude pull up, he hop out, he start, hey man, what's going on? he snatched Lil Reese because Lil Reese is outside the
You got
building.
my car.
Them dudes probably tried to,
Yeah.
yeah, huh?
Yeah, he pulled up on him because they were probably either parking, Reese was getting out, or just getting in. So as they stop, I'm imagining the people who are pursuing them, watching them, the father and son, they pull up, jump out of the car, like, what are you doing in my car? Why are you in my car? And then he grabs him. Reese is a smaller guy. He grabs
Yeah,
him, just goes ham on the dude, I guess.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, because I don't even believe that Reese was even in the car. Like, I don't even think he even made it. They got a chance because if they was following as soon as it stopped, and even if Reese, like I think I read somewhere like he was supposed to be getting directions as well into the garage. So even if he was like, yeah, y'all pull up in here, and they stopped to talk to him and get that information, and that's when the dude came, he would have grabbed Reese and they would have drove off. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Especially since he don't really know them, they would have drove off. That's guess what? That's what happened to them. They crashed. See what I'm saying? They crashed. Lil Reese didn't even make it with that crash because I think they was up there getting shot up. Meantime, and Lil Reese was downstairs getting beat up.
Yep. Yep. And you know, if Reese had gotten in the car and then it turned into a pursuit, he would be like, yo, what the hell's going on? I just called you guys coming out of my girl's condo and you put me into this crazy ass situation. That's what I think, man. But some people are out there like Pickman is saying, bro, that's cap. Reese knew. Like saying as if Reese knew. But I don't know. I kind of feel like Reese didn't know that his homies had a stolen whip. I feel like his homies were probably trying to show off for little Reese. That's kind of what I think, man.
No, that's definitely possible too. And like somebody in the comments said, they was like they don't believe that. They think that that car was gonna be used later on for something. And in Chicago, people do like my mother car was stole like about I think 3 months ago. Doing the whole like it first started, it started heavier. Rather, it always been going on, but it been got heavier. And they was out there stealing BMWs, SRTs, Hemis, anything fast, man, Trackhawks, anything fast. But they were using them vehicles to go do hits. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a stolen car and it goes fast. They can get away from the police.
Right. And then it doesn't matter what plates are taken. You know what I mean? That's the big thing. It's like if you do anything illegal,
Right.
there's going to be a picture of your plate. There's going to be a report about your car, and you're going to be screwed. You know, there's going to be blood on the car potentially. There's going to be any type, you know what I mean? Anything like that that they can track back to it being your car and screwing you in the long run.
No, absolutely. I'm in. But I don't think, like I said, I'm gonna go with just man. I want to see Reese do good, man. Like I don't know what he going through, what so he did in his life. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of rappers talk about a lot of things that they didn't do. So so I don't know truly what he done, but I'm just prayers up for that man, man. Prayers up. Cause like if he was really there at the wrong place at the wrong time, no matter what you did or done before, that shit right there didn't have nothing to do with him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It didn't have nothing to do with him. That's like somebody going to jail for a crime that they didn't do, but they might have did a similar crime. And some people, it actually happens to some people. Some people, I ain't heard some dudes in jail just say, you know what, I did something similar. So I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just take it.
And yeah, it's really unfortunate because of the fact that it's now a viral moment on the internet. You know what I mean? And this is just attached to a string of negative viral moments that little Reese has had in his career. He's had several negative moments gone viral, and this is just unfortunately another one. And it's really bad, man. But I think Reese needs to put his business cap on and really come out. And if music isn't going to be something that he can really thrive in due to his voice, then I think he needs to potentially put together a GBE movie, you know what I mean? Or maybe even get kicking on the Glory Boys Entertainment record label and really focus on the business end of things.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm thinking that's what he should do. I think he got his own thing too, like his own little his own squad of artists and shit. You know, but hopefully Lil Reese, like I'm not making like see people saying like you're making excuses for Lil Reese, but I'm not making excuses for him. But I'm not the one to judge either. You know what I mean? So shit, I got my own things that I ain't done, and you know what I'm saying. So who am I to judge the next person? You know what I mean? Because it's all the same.
So So the next topic I want to speak to you about before the main event topic tonight is obviously YFN Lucci turning himself in, for the second time this year. But the next topic I want to speak to you about is Rallo, man, a really good spirited brother, Rallo, man. He's always kept his spirits high, you know what I'm saying? But in recent times, man, things just aren't really as positive for him. I'm going to get into this message in just a second. But Rallo had announced that he was facing another 7 years just a few months ago. He said he was going to have to accept a deal that would put him in jail for about another 7 years. So now it makes sense with the new reports that Rallo is actually facing 10 years in jail in total if he takes this deal because he's already served 3. So he has a potential of 7 more years. What do you think about the Rallo situation, man? Have you covered it on your channel at all?
Yeah, I've been I kind of knew Rallo was gonna cop out because they got some people in his camp that was telling on him. The dude Snooty Wild, he was telling on
The
him. That's the dude
donkey,
who was
donkey, donkey. You
Dookie,
mean donkey?
Dookie, Dookie. Oh yeah, him, Dookie Wild. It was
Snooty
one of the
Wild.
guys from him. Hmm?
Snooty Wild was from Yo Gotti's record label.
Oh damn, my bad, Snooty. But yeah, that dude Dookie Wild. But basically, he had put out a report maybe a couple of months prior to him even saying he was going to take the deal. He was telling everybody to stop coming at them people. They did what they did. I forgive them. I want y'all to forgive them. Don't be going around saying that you're going to hurt these folks. So I knew then it was like, oh, they got pressure on him. So not only do they want him to take the deal, but they don't want him to be going on social media talking about this person ratted them out. They did all this and did all that.
Now,
So,
what did you think about that in particular when Rallo was like, listen, this guy snitched on me. He ratted on me, but I want you all to forgive him. A lot of people jumped in the comments. No, F that. F that. He ratted on you. He's a dead man. He ratted on you. I hate him for life. Like, even some celebrities even reacted like that. Like, nah, man, that's not how I'm carrying it. It's F that dude. So, what was your reaction? You said that it made it seem like there was extra pressure on Rallo.
yeah, because like usually when you see stuff just from my experience being around my people, when you see stuff like that happening, they ain't the worst for taking the deal most of the time. Like they got some behind the scenes things going on. They trying to close out this case, and it's just some few things that they want to make sure is known to the general public before they close it up. And that's because these rappers, believe it or not, their cases are almost political, like a person of that statue, someone in the political arena getting tried on in the general public.
Wow. It's a good point you make about
Yeah, because it's like the same. They giving them the same, the same coverage. They gonna take their opinions. The public gonna judge. Just like an OJ. We seen it with OJ. Then since then it went into the rappers, the hip hop game. It's all about the general public, that perception. But usually, actors and music people, for the most part, they play characters. So when if Denzel Washington never did something, and he had to go to trial. You can't go off of what he did in his movies. You can't go off of American Gangster or Malcolm X or you know what I mean?
right. Or for better instance, Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So and Bill
he played
Cosby, the opposite, right?
he played the most noble person. He played the nicest guy on television, yet they still don't go by that in the court of law. Denzel plays the biggest gangster in Training Day. They can't go by that in law.
Nope.
But here's another comment, man. Pickman actually said, "Free Ralo, man."
But they
These
do it to rappers though, bro. They do it to rappers. I mean, I'm gonna leave that
oh yeah,
out. They do it to rappers. They use their stuff against them.
all types of celebrities, anybody like that, they do it, man. Like I was watching an interview with the guy who defended Suge, and he even said Suge caught a bad rap because he really was just defending himself that day.
See,
Crazy enough. Pickman says, I want you to comment on this, my dude, because this has been a major topic coming out in regard to Rallo flying with all those pounds of weed, the 1,000 pounds of weed. Free Rallo, man. Pickman says, these corporations are making millions off of weed, but bro is in jail. Shaking my head. Now, it was reported
yeah.
in 36 states, they're doing what Ralo was doing. In 36 states, people are transporting 400 to 500 pounds of weed in planes on a weekly basis, daily basis. What's your
But the
thoughts?
thing is, though, like every other state, where they see people like we moving ahead of ourselves. See, Georgia is not one of them states just yet. You know what I'm saying? So once they become that state, just like a California, just like them other states, them guys get their time back. So Rallo probably be coming home less than 24 months or less because I say a little longer than 24 months because once they put it in there, they still gonna go in and go get all them people free behind the laws that's changed. So
Yeah,
yeah, you right, but the law for that state don't, and it's still not federal. But they actually coming up with something right now. I think that it's supposed to make it federal. Like in the next couple of years, it's supposed to go federal. Like nationwide, weed is gonna be legal on the federal level. Because I just thought about it. Rallo ain't even in the state. He ain't in under the state of Georgia. He in the feds, and that's not legal really technically in no part of the country,
mm.
depending on the amount.
And what do you make of Ralo turning down the 5-year plea deal that they offered to him, now facing 10 years?
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, he should have definitely took it, but it's like he probably didn't think that they had the information that they got, but look, they got it from his own people, so he was definitely surprised. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
because at that time he probably didn't know his people was about to write him out. I don't think he did. Matter of fact, because I was watching that story back then, and Rallo was still like saying hold his family, like fam goon. Everybody was still running with that umbrella. That you know what I'm saying, like that umbrella they was doing. Yeah, come to
shoot
think
out.
about it.
Shout out way to Wavy. But my dude, I'm just asking you that because the man got caught on 2 different occasions. One time 500 pounds, another time 400 pounds. Like he got caught on 2 occasions and he was offered 5 years. That's gotta be like, who the hell would ever get offered 5 years for transporting 1,000 pounds? Like in realistic. Fam Goon Trill, what up?
What was that, bro? Like your thing was going out.
No,
The
I was
last
saying,
part you heard you say about the
I was
what
just
was it?
saying he got caught transporting 500 pounds and 400 pounds of weed. Like, I don't think anybody would ever get offered 5 years for that much weed. Maybe times have just changed.
Yeah, no, cause shit, who was that? How long did Kareem Biggs do? He did like damn near 5 years, and they got him for like putting a deal together,
Okay.
like being in the middle of the 500. Cause his was similar to that, like 3, 4, 500.
Okay. All right. Husky Andy has a question for you, man. He said, "Salute, guys. What does Death of the Cloud Chaser TV think about Casanova and Troy Ave situation? Does he think the feds will do Cass dirty?"
Um, I do think they already doing Casanova dirty. I do think they doing them dirty, but now they gonna use. They already now we see that they finally gonna get rid of that Troy Ave case, and then I've been wondering like why they ain't closed out that case. Troy Ave been like on what do you call that on bond for like 3 years now.
Yeah, he's been on bond for quite some time.
You know, that case is still open, and I was wondering, like, why they haven't closed it yet. But
Well,
apparently,
it's a murder case for Taxstone.
yeah, but still though, like, why haven't they closed that yet? They could have been like closed that. They could have took that off their books. Like it's
And
coming up.
Troy Ave, I think Troy Ave was kind of stupid to jump on a song and basically talk about how he might have to take the stand. And now the trial hasn't even happened 2 years later. Like he really kind of, killed a lot of his momentum by saying that.
Yeah, true. He could have ran with what he ran with until then, huh?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
but he knew that day was coming. So, and like I think now they gonna use like that testimony gonna be used in Casanova RICO case.
A Troy Ave testimony?
Yeah, because they put all that stuff together. Like it's a series of events that make you this big gangster. It's a series of events. It's not one thing that they put you on when it's RICO or something like that. It's a series of things that you do, whether you money laundering, you doing fraud, bank fraud, you killing people, you doing you know what I'm saying, like a bunch. It's a series of criminal activities,
Well, I
and
don't really
that incident will be included
I don't
for
know if
sure.
Casanova and Troy Ave's situation could really be linked, but actually 6ix9ine, the whole situation at the Barclays Center with
You didn't hear
Casanova.
what Casanova said about him?
Casanova said about Troy Ave?
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear what he said. I mean, I know that they were beefing. I know that
No,
they
he
were
just
beefing.
said something to Twitter. He just tweeted something. He put on Twitter that he's saying that Troy Ave supposed to be testifying against him.
No, I didn't see that, man.
Yeah, that's why I say it makes sense for them to link it because they trying to mark him in with a whole bunch of criminal behavior.
No, the
Yeah, it
last
was
thing
like maybe a couple of days ago.
No, the last thing I seen from Casanova is that some people that I thought loved me only needed me. Are you talking about Taxstone, maybe?
No, it was Casanova because I seen even bloggers was posting about it.
Troy Ave. Well, recently, Troy Ave was just clowning Casanova. Recently, Troy Ave was calling Casanova a federal informant.
Oh, so Troy Ave was calling Casanova a federal
Yeah,
informant on a rap?
yeah, on a rap. He basically, Troy Ave did a whole rap where he was like, Casanova's crying, folks. He's just setting up the stage to tell how the F you crying broke with just 90 days in a cell. That's what Troy Ave said to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah,
Basically,
okay.
oh yeah. So I see where you're going with this. Basically, the story was that Troy Ave is saying that Casanova is setting up to take the stand. You know,
Yeah, it's
now
backwards.
now if Troy Ave hadn't admitted to the general public a couple of years ago on a song that he was like, if it's me against him, I'm gonna take the stand for my fam. That's something that Troy Ave said in a song that he would take the stand, and then everybody was like, "Whoa, whoa, you're gonna take the stand," and then everybody started running with that Troy Ave was gonna have to take the stand. That Troy Ave was actually gonna have to take the stand in the case. But honestly, man, I don't even think Troy Ave is gonna have to take the stand in that case.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But I don't know, man. It's a whole lot going on with Troy Ave, Casanova, because it's like a lot of that stuff, man. As they were saying about Casanova is it's a bunch of hearsay, but all they got to do is just say that Casanova's, put him in a position of that, like put him in a place, put him around them big homies who, because Casanova, they trying to get his ass like the life sentence, bro.
Yep. Yeah, they're pretty much trying to do the same thing to Casanova that they did to AR Rab. You know, and they wrapped ARAB and Casanova. Well, they wrapped ARAB up in a similar fashion that they did to Bobby Shmurda. I'll say that.
Yeah, but I think that his like Bobby Shmurda case was states, but his is fed. So
Right.
he in the worst.
Right.
He in a way different situation. Like they trying to get him literally life. Like never coming home and one of the biggest things they saying is like they saying that he's a gang leader. They saying that he's the one who calls out. That's why I mentioned Troy Ave because Troy Ave was supposed to have been under his umbrella, so he would have been the person to tell a Troy Ave to go do something or like they got in the affidavit. They saying that he supposed allegedly told a few of his homies to go cut a couple of people, shoot a couple of people. You know, it was all type of it's money laundering in this case, it's murder in this case. It's
Yeah, money laundering.
they anything the Gorilla Stones they did in the past 2 years is all on there. They're gonna blame him for it basically. Similar to what they did to Larry Hoover, similar to what they did to every gang member out there. Shit, a leader.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they gonna make sure that
Bro, they're saying that Casanova was
you get charged for all
laundering.
your members.
They're saying Casanova is laundering money because one time one of his homies gave him $1,000 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on,
Exactly.
like they gotta get off that shit, man. 1 second. Husky had a question. He said, or a comment. He said, "So Troy Ave is not going to take the stand." Wow. If no, then he is lucky. Well, honestly, with Troy Ave's case, I don't think Troy Ave was in the wrong. Somebody was shooting at Troy Ave. He grabbed the weapon and started firing back at him. Maybe he was in the wrong for firing the weapon back. Do you think he's really going to face that much time for firing the weapon back at somebody who was trying to take his life, although it was in a room full
No,
of people? It was in a room full of people.
he gonna be an innocent man. I don't think he can get charged because he basically he fought them off and picked up their gun. You know, that's like the same similar situation because like when we first heard it, similar to like the little Reese, like it's so much craziness going behind that story. You remember when this story first came out? You like, hold on, was Taxstone even the shooter? How did Troy Ave get Taxstone gun? This don't make no sense. But then we found out it was a struggle. He got
Right.
the gun. He started shooting.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly, man. And that's why I don't even think they need to put Troy Ave on the stand for this one. To be honest with you, man, I think they could win this case without putting Troy Ave on the stand.
I think they trying to get Taxstone to cop out, and I think that he wants to like, cause he know he gonna be doing some years anyway. So he like, you know what? I'm about to make sure, dude, that I'm about to shit on his career. So I'm gonna make him get on the stand. I'm not
Okay.
copping out. I'm going all the way to trial.
Now, let me ask you, man, why hasn't Tax Stone been able to really successfully carry on a podcast from jail?
Cause man, he lost like his momentum came behind a young dude trying to make it, trying to get out of the streets. You know, so when people seen that type of behavior, his same supporters basically didn't want to support no more because they like, yo, bro, you still on that same shit. Thought you changed. That's why we supported you. So
Okay.
it's a disconnect with his audience.
All right. Do you think that he could actually, now that he's in jail, do you think there's any chance he could really put together an hour-long episode a week to release to the people?
Yeah, he like I think once he goes to once he gets sentenced and everything, I think he'll be able to speak a little bit more freely. Then he probably can get that thing going back popping. Then he can really talk, the way he need to talk. But right now it's like he comes back. So he did all this, right? Then now the first thing people hear him from on the podcast, he got on the glasses and shit, and he talking all like, like, yeah, man, I'm about peace and all this shit. Like people like, hold on, fam, you playing games or you playing with us right now?
Yeah, I mean, Husky was saying about they have like photos that Casanova was posting pictures of guns on Casanova was posting pictures of guns on his Apple iCloud or something like that. There was a bunch of rifles or some shit like that being posted. I don't know how much they're really going to use a bunch of rifles that he posted against him like that being posted.
Shit, they will. They will, bro.
Damn
They
right they
definitely will. They definitely using, like, especially when you're not supposed to be in possession of them. Hell yeah.
Yep. But I think it's ridiculous that they're trying to talk about his 2 times weed. Like if that 2 times weed comes up in the case, I'd kind of be like, I'd be like, what the hell, dude? The man was pushing weed.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
But let's get your take on YFN Lucci, man. So he got out, $500,000 bond, right?
Yep.
House arrest.
House arrest. He's on the video game, getting his gaming career on. And then he get hits with a RICO.
A big RICO, like 105 counts. Something like
And they
that.
gonna be using like all that stuff. He used to beef with Young Thug a lot too. He used to beef with Young Thug a lot. And he used to say he was a gang. He was gang. And I'm like, wow, they gonna definitely use that.
Yeah, YFN Lucci would actually be like, I'm gang, he's not gang. I'll do this, he won't do that.
Yeah, because somebody commented on my video like about a week ago. It's crazy. He was like, because I didn't say what gang he was. I was just like, he's different from Young Thug and I was just breaking down like, kind of their situation how it started or whatever, right? They beef, and somebody commented on the page. They was like, "Yo, he's not in a gang," so they probably trying to do that to everybody video and shit right now, huh? Trying to get people to take down them videos. It's a little too late now.
But I was just really shocked to see that he got caught up with like another bullshit thing like this, man. Do you think this is gonna have to do with that whole drive with the whole car incident? Like, is that whole case gonna be attached in with this one?
Yeah. You talking about like with the car accident plus the RICO? Yeah, all
Yeah.
because remember I said it's a series of charges. It goes with criminal activity, so they got a bunch of more stuff that's in this paperwork. It's probably money laundering too, some other shit like that. That's why like when these guys become that big, they got to stay away from certain individuals because even them giving them a few dollars, it can look like they gave them something.
But yeah, no, Death of the Cloud Chaser TV. I really appreciate you tapping in with me tonight, man. I'm gonna have you back on a little bit later this week, man. We're having a little bit of technical issues tonight with some buffering and shit. So I'm gonna get you back on a little bit later this week, my G.
No doubt, fam. Hey, look, I appreciate coming through, man. I appreciate you showing love, bro. Mikey T, the movie star, man. Salute, family.
Yo, one of the best in the game, Death of the Clout Chaser. Everybody go tap in. It's actually Death of the Clout Chaser TV, YouTube. Everyone go subscribe to my dude. Sorry about the buffering tonight. I'm not sure if it's storming out or something like that. Y'all let me know if the buffering yeah, chemo. It might be the storm or something like that, to be honest with you. Me and Death of the Cloud Chaser, me and my man Clout were actually going in. We had like 130 people in here, and then it's like something happened or something like that. Husky, Mikey T, the live is lagging. I just noticed over here on the other computer that it shut off a few times. Let me know if we continue to have those problems though, you guys. I was thinking maybe it's because we had 2 people on. The whole YouTube is frozen. Oh shit. Well, we're lucky we're actually on then right now. We're lucky we're actually on right now. I'm still live, you guys. Let me see. Let's spark up. What's everyone smoking? Really appreciate Death of the Cloud Chaser coming on and going over all the topics with me. What's everyone smoking tonight? I want to know what's everyone smoking on. Let's go. Come on, sound off. We got 60 people in here. Tell me what you're blazing. Let me see. It didn't freeze. Oh, it did. Oh, damn. Wow, this shit is freezing. That is whack. See, I was trying to log on to my phone too to see how bad the lag was. But damn, yeah, it is going bad tonight, you guys. Hold on. Maybe it is going good. Maybe it is going good. Maybe we got to start the live again later or something. YouTube is tripping. Every channel's doing this right now. Yeah, YouTube is tripping right now. Amanda says, hit me with the news, Mikey. I'm hearing you just fine. All right, y'all. I might go live on IG too. I'm gonna go live on IG too, just so we can breeze through this. I'm gonna go live on IG too. So the lag is extremely bad. All right, man, let's get out of here. We're gonna have to kill it. I think we're gonna have to kill the live tonight, you guys.